Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Onyx, manager of champions, and I have worked with some of the best in wrestling today. I have managed wrestlers from all over the world, including some superstars that you've seen in WWE. But my guest for today's career day is none other than the Mad One, George Wolf. How you doing, Mad One?
How you doing?
So thanks very much for taking the time to be here with us.
Thank you for the
career
invite.
day.
I appreciate the invite. Thank you.
You know, this is very unprecedented. We've always had guests in person, so this is going to be something virtual for the students to see. So, you know, we appreciate you doing this.
This is actually my second career day. So, a second career day with your double ganger, Mr. Bird. So,
yes. That's true.
I've been here a couple times.
He chopped Mr. Bird last time, so
He was mean. He was being mean.
So I'm hoping he won't hit me today. So first question for all our viewers. This is something that students have asked.
Okay.
For the ones who have never seen a wrestling match, especially live, because you know that's a whole other experience.
It's a very big difference.
What happens during a wrestling match? How do you win?
The best way to describe it is physical theater. It is a sporting event. There's two competitors, sometimes tag teams, 2-on-2, and the whole goal and point is to pin the other opponent. Good guys, bad guys, some guys cheat, they do little things that they're not supposed to. But at the end of the day, it is a competition, it is a sport, and it's very physical theater. So think about it as days of our lives with chairs and body slams.
And it hurts.
And it hurts.
We'll get to that later. So the other thing, and again, thank you for that answer. Again, you know, we've had several students who may have never seen a wrestling match in their life, so that's a good way to start.
As we are a border city, so we do fluctuate from the American style, which is WWE, to the lucha style, which is the AAA, which is a very more acrobatic style. So like I said, at the end of the day, it is theatric, but it's a whole lot of physical and a whole lot of athleticism. So
the endurance you guys need for this kind of profession,
remarkable.
Unbelievable. You can't train for this just by getting on a treadmill.
Let's put it that way. Yeah, like it's very different. There's no way to train a body from falling from 6-7 feet to the floor. The way we train, we learn how to fall to not hurt ourselves. So it's something like Taekwondo where they teach you how to roll through falls so you don't hurt yourself, so you're able to get back up and continue the fight. So
there we go. Thank you. Now the next question: why did you become a professional wrestler? You know, what was your inspiration?
I've always been a fan since I was a kid. Like I said, it's the theatrics, the soap opera with physical things to do physically. I thought I was always a fan. I grew up in the 90s, and we're about almost the same age. So the 90s was the WCW era, the Lucha Libre era, the Rey Mysterios, the Psychosis. I grew up more or less with the Hulk Hogan era, and just that larger than life theatrics. To me, it's to control a crowd by, we're not really talking much in the ring unless we're doing a promo. So when it is a fight, you're telling a story within a fight with your action, exactly with your actions. And to me, I think that is special. I think it's very unique. There's so many athletes, ex-football players, ex-basketball players that try to do this, don't really last long. There are some that do. Everybody tries to do what we do. I do it at a very lower scale from what WWE does, but it's something very unique, very different, and I always push people to try it at least once. Even if you're a fan or not a fan, just try it once just to get that itch out of your system. So yeah, I was a fan growing up, and the opportunity arose. Again, being in the border town, we have a lot of venues in Nuevo Laredo, and one of the local guys here offered me a spot to train, and I said, yeah, why not? Life's short, and we only live once, so I said yes, and 10 years later, still doing it, and I've helped train. For those of you in the know or not know, Roxy she's doing tryouts for Impact, doing tryouts for Ring of Honor, ASF, who you know as well, doing tryouts for Mexico, companies in Mexico. So I enjoy the teaching aspect of it, and like I said, to entertain you guys.
Yeah, and again, very, very amazing experience. That's what it is.
Yes, very.
You know, I've been doing it about 8 years now, and I don't wrestle. I manage wrestlers. I've managed Mad One right here several times.
Many moons ago.
I've taken my fair share of hits during his matches.
Ask him about the time they kicked him in the face.
We won't show that footage.
If we can cue in the footage, that'd be great. But if not, I'll put it up to the class one of these days.
I'll just give you an example. It hurt. They hit me here. I flew across the the floor, and
he lost the filling in his teeth, so it was great. It was great.
It hurts. So now, I'm sure, speaking of injuries and getting hit, I'm sure you've had your fair share of bumps, but
A couple.
what would you say is your worst injury?
My worst injury, and still current injury, I have a torn ACL and MCL on my left knee that occurred about 4 years ago, I want to say. That was one of the bad ones. I did not get the surgery, personal reasons. Besides that injury, I think my only other injury, I had a real bad concussion from a dive that just didn't go the way I wanted it to go. But other than that, like I said, we train specifically not to hurt, not to get hurt, not to hurt the other people. Where I'm just trying to win. I'm trying to collect a championship belt and to win. So yeah, I'm not trying to hurt people, but I'm trying to be the best.
Yeah, there you go. And again, these injuries are painful. They fight through them. They wrestle day in, day out with this pain.
Yeah, like we could do on an average weekend for me, it would be a show Friday night, show Saturday, a show Sunday, all while traveling different cities, sleeping in hotels, sometimes sleeping in cars, figuring out what you're gonna eat. We're trying to stay healthy. At the end of the day, I want to look like an athlete. I would treat my body like an athlete. So it's kind of hard sleeping in a car, still trying to be an athlete, trying to find time for the gym, make it to the venue that you're going to make, get ready for the fight. So it's a little taxing.
While dealing with injuries too.
While dealing with injuries,
it takes a lot. So if any of y'all want to be pro wrestlers, it takes a lot of heart.
It takes a lot of heart, it takes a lot of dedication.
But it's definitely a reachable goal. You just have to really want it.
Like I said, two superstars. Roxy graduated from Alexander High School last year.
Yes, she did.
She's been training with me since she was 15, and she did a cameo spot in WWE. And like I said, she's had 2 tryouts for Impact and Ring of Honor. So, and then at that, this weekend, WrestleMania weekend, she will be in Tampa performing at the WrestleMania weekend events for the independent company. So, if it's possible, it's very, very possible. She's the youngest reality or wrestling champion for Booker T's school in Houston too. So there's opportunities are there if you do decide you want to do this.
Imagine she's only a few years away from your age. So if she can do it, you guys can definitely do it too.
Exactly.
Now, the other question I have for you is, just like there are low points for someone's career in wrestling, what about the high points? What would you say is your most memorable or your favorite memory of your wrestling career?
You being my manager.
Ah, there you go. Wait,
that run that we had as what a team was so great. Speaking of, I brought a little mementos here.
Let's see.
So we had a very big match with 2 of the top wrestlers in the world, Pentagon and Phoenix, and these are 2 of their masks signed by them. That's Phoenix. This is Pentagon. For those, just being able to share the ring with 2 of the top wrestlers in the world, having their respect, telling us that they enjoyed what we did together in the ring. That was a high point. Meeting another one, I was able to meet one of the reasons why I started wrestling, Rey Mysterio in Laredo, and that was an experience that I can never replicate. Meeting an idol, a role model was so fun. Like I said, the time that we had wrestling touring Texas was so great. We did a lot of fun stuff with the whole What a Team stuff. And just the friends I made along the way. Earlier today, we met up with a couple friends from Tijuana that came to move to Texas, and we won't say their names, but it's just fun meeting the people that you get to meet in this business. You build relationships and beating the hell out of each other, to be honest with you. To me, it's fun. I'm sorry, but it's very fun.
It's controlled violence.
Controlled violence, yes.
You're not going to do this out in public.
Don't do this at school, ladies and gentlemen. You'll get
definitely.
suspension, so let's not do that.
Yeah, it's coordinated. It's in a ring. It's
It's as safe as possible.
They're allowed to hit each other,
Yes.
pretty much. Now, and it's true, guys. You do get to experience quite a bit in this business. You'll be sharing a locker room with some of the biggest names in wrestling, and they just walk by you. They share their wisdom with you. It's quite the experience.
It's something that money can't buy, to be honest.
Very true. Now, let's say you were booked for a show this weekend.
Okay.
What would your day look like?
So like I said, give or take, it's a good weekend. Friday, as soon as I get out of my normal job, I would already have my bag packed, take my food, head off to the road wherever I'm headed, get to the venue. Once I get to the venue, change out of I usually, like they say, dress to impress, dress for the job that you want. So You usually see me walking like this into the venue. Once I get there, change into something more comfortable, warm up, get the body. I'm a little bit older. Got like we said, I got a little bit more injuries than I like to admit. Warm up the body a little bit. I basically what we do in the course of a match is pretty much go into like a car accident. That's the amount of shock that your body goes through. So I try to warm up the body as much as I can, do my stretches. Once I'm ready, the promoter will tell us, hey, you know what, this is your match. Head out there, try to win. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. Most of the time I win. Let's just put it out there. I usually win.
Especially when I worked with you.
Especially when he was my manager, because he cheats. He's a bad guy. He's a very bad guy. Have the match. As soon as the match is over, get a little bit grub, and either if I'm going to a different city, start driving to the different city, depending on how far it is, catch a hotel, get a couple Z's. If not, like I said, sleep in the car.
So to bounce off of what you just said, we've had days where we were literally on the road for about 24 hours, where, you know, we got up, headed out to a venue in North Texas, had our show, ate some dinner, and right back on the road because we had another show the next day. 24 hours, no sleep.
While listening to NSYNC.
Well, yeah, but it was being sung by one of our wrestling
Yes.
buddies, but you know.
Not well.
Let's just leave it at that. Yeah. Now, let's not, you know, and you don't have to get too specific on this if you're not comfortable, but I know people always ask, is wrestling a high-paying job?
It can be.
What does it take to become wealthy in this profession?
It takes a lot of dedication. You have to find your purpose and why you're doing this. Something that was taught to me in the very beginning is no business owes you anything. You're earning your spot here. I never had the mindset to get rich here. I understood my limitations on my physical feature. I'm at an average height. I don't look like John Cena. I'm not 6 foot something. I understood that, but I know what I could do. I know what I could offer to people. I've been able to enjoy it with the money that's provided to me. To quote a very smart man, the Joker in The Dark Knight, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. So I make a good amount. You can make a profession out of this. We have a lot of friends that do make a profession out of this. It takes a lot of dedication. You have to invest in yourself, in your look, in your body, in the craft of what we do. Again, and I don't mind saying the name now, international luchador Daga, our friend Tessa Blanchard, they're professional wrestlers to where they live off this. They don't have a side job. And if it's possible, it's possible. It's just the level of dedication that you take. And that's in anything in life. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a firefighter, a policeman, it's the dedication you choose to put into it. You'll get whatever you put into it. So if you give 100%, 100 of that will always come back to you. If you're giving 10%, 15%, that's what's coming back. So whatever you decide to do, if you decide to be a chef, you decide to be a hairdresser, a teacher, police officer, give it everything you got and have that be what is your payday, is the satisfaction of, you know what, I did a good job. I'm good at my job. I have the respect of my peers and I'm getting paid for it. So
there you go. So as long as you're doing what you love, that matters quite a bit.
That's at the end of the day, and this is gonna be deep. At the end of the day, we have one life to live. Don't live it with any regrets. Enjoy your life to the fullest and do something you enjoy doing and be kind to others as you're doing it. Don't try to knock people down. It could have been easy for Onyx to try to knock me down as his way to get into the business. And in actuality, we ended up working together and we had 3 years of so much fun.
And many more to come.
And many more to come. And so, like I said, I've made a lot of friends and it's the memories. That's what makes me feel more rich. The memories that we've had. I've been able to travel all over the world. I've wrestled in California. I've wrestled in Mexico. I've wrestled all over Texas. I've gone to Chicago, and it's been so great to me. And I think those memories fulfill me a little bit more because that's money comes and goes. Those memories will never leave me. I will always have those memories that when I'm older and body parts are not working anymore, I can always look back at those and be like, you know what, I did that. I can look at the masks, at the certain events in my life, and you know what, I did that. The money comes and goes, but again, get paid because that's how we pay bills in real life. So get paid.
So yeah, again, it can be a profession where you have another job, you're like a regular job day to day, and
that's what
you
I
wrestle.
Do.
Yeah,
that's what I do. I have a normal 9-to-5 job, and it's just I always felt my position in wrestling was to help the younger generation. When I started wrestling, there was no schools here. There was not really wrestling in Laredo. Me and a friend of ours, Ace Chavarria, we said, you know what, let's do this. Let's build something for the younger generations. And I'm proud to say we've helped usher. You were there when we got Roxy and ASF, and they're going to so many great things. That is what I felt was my position in this business and what I could offer. And leading up to that, I've been very fulfilled. And like I said, picking up cash along the way, spending it on Whataburger has been great.
Very true. That was actually my dinner today.
There you go. You see?
Yeah. So you see, it's all about how bad you want it. It can be a regular paying job where you don't have to work anywhere else. It's just what you do. It can even become a multi-million-dollar job if you're fortunate enough to keep going and going and going. So
look at John Cena.
Yeah.
He's a millionaire. Many people before him, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, all these guys that made this a career because they gave it everything they had. And if you see their documentaries, their videos, they'll tell you like they struggled for a little bit, giving everything they had. It paid back tenfold and more. The Rock is the most famous person in the world.
Highest paid actor. This past year.
He's in every movie, by the way. He's in everything. And you see that, and it makes people like us who started off in the business like, if he can do it, we all can.
It's too bad he can't make a cameo here with us too. Right?
I mean,
pretty cool.
Rocky, if you want, you can do another career day for Mr. Onxy here. I'm just saying, challenges out there.
Now, my last question, and this is another one that we always get from students.
Okay.
Is professional wrestling fake?
Of course it is. Are the movies that you watch fake or not? They're real movies. They're real persons doing everything that they're doing. We don't have second takes. We don't have...
There's no do-overs.
There's no do-overs. There's no directors getting, cut, let's do that again. We have one take to do everything that we do. And it's a very physical job. Get into a boxing ring. Tell me if that floor is fake. And fall on your back. Tell me if that's fake. The injuries that we sustain are real. Like I said, I have a torn MCL, ACL. The concussions are real. It's the passion that I have for it, which is why I do what I do. I enjoy it. I enjoy the crowd's reaction. That's a feeling that nothing's been able to replicate. So it's very, very, very much real. It's something that, like I said, money can't buy. That feeling that we get in there is something that can't buy, but everything is real. The punches, and you've been kicked before.
I've been kicked, punched, slapped.
It
with hurts.
Stuff. Yeah, it hurts, it stings. We're taught how to take it as safely as possible, as safely as one can take it. But would you go up to Brad Pitt and be like, hey, what you do is not real? He doesn't do his stunts, but Jackie Chan does his own stunts.
Very true.
I think he's one of the only ones that does his own stunts. But the people doing the stunts for them, they're doing it for reals. I don't have a stunt man. I'm not that famous. I'm not The Rock. So I do all my own stunts, and all of it is real.
So it's essentially you're saying it's not a big bouncy trampoline and you're just jumping around
I wish.
each other.
Wait, hold up. I wish it was. I'd save at least 10 years on my back if it was a trampoline. I'd be totally fine with that.
So, like you said earlier, it's the equivalent of a small car crash every time you get hit or slammed in a ring. So it's pretty. It takes quite a toll on the body. So there's nothing fake about that.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. So, there you have it again. Mad One, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
We really appreciate that. And then again,
thank you for not being mean, because you usually are.
Only because the kids are watching.
Only because the kids are watching.
And you know what? I've been working with you for years, but now anybody you face in the ring, I might be a little mean to them because we want to win.
Yeah, we do.
Right?
We do. So yeah, speaking about fake.
Fake?
Is that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson over there?
The Rock?
Over there.
Where?
Over there. Just, if you keep looking, he should be over there.